So, I just wanted to make this video um, explaining my stance at the moment, I guess, because over the years I've been changing what I think a lot because I've been gaining new information. But anyway, when I first learned that the Earth was flat, I was able to conclusively say that God is real, that there is a creator. I knew that 100% sure. So that led me to learn about God, specifically the God of the Bible. And I started learning about it, and the Bible has a lot of validity to it, in my opinion. So I was inclined to believe that most of it is true, and I still am. So I started learning about God, and the God of the Bible, in a lot of situations, he seems like a very vengeful, bitter God, and that raises questions like, okay, the creator of the whole universe, for some reason, is all flustered because of the opinions of us when we're supposed to be like just little ants, like his little babies, and he's like punishing us, and it didn't make sense. It didn't sit right, so I continued learning. So on the other hand, you also have the devil in the Bible. And what does the Bible say about the devil? It says that he's a great deceiver. He will deceive the whole world. He will turn everything upside down. Yada, yada, yada. So that led me to ask, okay, so if the devil is able to corrupt everything in the world and deceive us, then why wouldn't he be able to do that with the Bible? The Bible is just ink and paper. Why wouldn't he be able to change it, alter it to suit his agenda? Of course he'd be able to. That'd be like the easiest thing to do. So that's exactly what he did. Something else the Bible says continually throughout it is that Satan is the god of this world, that he is in control here. He is the god of this world. It says that like word for word. So that along with a lot more information that I won't get into right now leads me to believe that the God of the Bible is the devil. It's the devil that created Adam and Eve. It's the devil that created this earth. It's the devil that created everything. Now, when you think of the devil, you think, red-horned, evil creature. But we can't forget that the devil was an angel. Not only was he an angel, he was God's favorite, preferred angel. He was God's son. And then I don't know what happened. Something happened, but he became evil. There's a lot of stories of how he did or whatever, how he fell, but he fell and he became evil. And I've been thinking about duality and learning about duality a lot over the past years, and it seems like all these little things that I focus on and think about, it doesn't make sense why I'm thinking about it. I just seem crazy to most people, but in the end, like, it always finds a way to fit into the big picture, and duality is one of those things. Duality, if I know anything from duality, it's that a good person doesn't just become pure evil just like that. A good person becomes evil very slowly, with small intentions. Like I made one video explaining how easy it is to go from good to evil, because me, as a vegetarian or vegan or whatever, I often think about what I could do to help these animals that are being tortured and killed. What can I do? And then obviously, like, the first thing that comes to mind is, okay, go to the slaughterhouses and blow them up, but that would be killing innocent lives, and it wouldn't be good. So it's a very fine line. And something else the Bible says about God is that God hates evil. hates evil so much that he wants to rid the world of evil, or something like that. So I feel like that is a much better explanation for why there's good and evil in this world. The Bible says that man was created in God's image, but if we were created in God's image, what does that say about God? Because we're such like greedy, egotistical, selfish people. We're also very good. We're also capable of very good, holy things, but you can't ignore the fact that we're just evil and we're just power hungry. So if we're made in God's image, what does that say about God? So it makes much more sense that Satan created us. That's why we can feel so good and feel so evil, because we are of our Father. And now I want to take this chance to quote Alexander Solzhenitsyn. I don't know, but he said something very, very true. And he said that if only it were all so simple, if only there were evil people somewhere insidiously committing evil deeds, and it were necessary only to separate them from the rest of us and destroy them. But the line dividing good and evil cuts through the heart of every human being, and who is willing to destroy a piece of his own heart? And I think that fits the devil's persona perfectly. He was an angel. He was an angel, a pure, good angel. But something happened, and then he began to hate evil. He began to hate evil so much that he inevitably became evil. And Jesus as well. Jesus was the devil. Jesus is the devil. The devil is able to take shape, to take any form that he wants to. And he knew that in order for him to control the masses, to control the world, everything, he would need to play both sides, which is why Jesus refers to himself as the Alpha and the Omega. He is hot and cold, good and evil, light and dark. And another quote from God, from the Bible, is, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And there's more to get into behind the Lord title, because Lord actually just means like a landlord. A landlord. The word Lord comes from landlord, someone who has authority of a certain property and owns it. I think of Lucifer as this one entity, this one angel that was good and that fell, and that he became evil, and then he wanted to become like God. So for him to control this world and for him to make us all worship him, he had to create two identities of good and evil, which is Jesus and the devil. And then there's Lucifer right here. He created these two things, and he played them. And I'm still in the middle of processing all this, and I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm not going to go into like the sources of how I learned this information. I mean, I will, I guess, if anyone asks, but so now you have to ask, okay, well, does God approve of this? Does God approve of this world and these creatures that Satan made? I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. But one thing we can say for sure is that he allows it to happen. And if I have to guess why, I would say that God does see everything and knows everything, and then he knew as soon as this earth was created and everything on it was created, I think God knew that it was not going to be good, and that it was going to end horribly, I guess. But I think that he's allowing it to happen to show Lucifer and the rest of the fallen angels what happens when you don't listen. I guess, it's like parenting. Like, a lot of times, like, like I've been in this situation where I've seen someone do something fucked up, and I tried to stop them, but they said no, this I do it. I'm like, okay. So I sat and I let them do whatever they were doing, and then as time went on, they learned that what they did was wrong because of whatever they saw it for themselves, and then they say, "Oh, Chris, okay, you're right." And that's people need to learn through their own experience, and yeah. So I guess now the question we're left with is, what does Satan want out of all this? Is he still good? Is he only evil? I don't know, because duality is a circle. It's not a straight line. So if he was good and became evil, maybe he can become good again. I don't know. Maybe this earth is just it's a creation from him to filter out the evil. There's also quotes in the Bible about God purposely giving us corrupt leaders to see which direction we walk in. Maybe that's why everything is so. Maybe that's why temptation is so strong in this world, because the devil, he went crazy and he wants to expose evil, so he gave us all these temptations, and we just kind of filter ourselves. The evil ones go down to hell, or they just leave existence or whatever, and the good ones go to heaven. Maybe the devil is still in control of who goes to heaven and who doesn't. Maybe he's the gatekeeper. I don't know. Yeah, that was kind of scattered, I feel like, but I'm going to edit it a little bit and see if I can get it more linear and shorter, and hope you enjoy.